the image that they show about Africa in a negative way also bring much influence onto us, as in the last continent or the poorest continent. So we only think about poor. But if you show us the positive way, I think we'll also think positively. And in this way, we'll be able to change Africa.
Maji hapa, acheni ujinga.
Nimeona live kubwa bana. Live kubwa uko down.
Hello. We are taking a short break over the Rift Valley after developing some complications with the vehicle, but all will be well. We are on our way to the village, the great village.
A Nairobi si dice che ci sono 199 slam di tutti i livelli, di tutte, cioè, appunto, dal 1.000.000 al 1.000 persone. Cos'è la linea demarcante fra uno slam e un quartiere povero, anche un quartiere poverissimo? Io direi che la cosa fondamentale è la proprietà della terra. In uno slam non ci sono proprietari, cioè la gente che vive nello slam è lì illegalmente, in genere su terreno che è di proprietà governativa. Comunque è lì illegalmente e non ci sono servizi, non ci sono quindi, perché non era stato previsto un insediamento umano, quindi non c'è elettricità, in genere non ci sono fognature, non c'è nessun tipo di servizio.
Oh, welcome home, eh?
Yeah, so this is the place where you
Yeah, this was my house, the beautiful house. Here is where I was brought up, you know, and in all this situation. The water is just passing near the bed, you know. Yeah, just at the near bed. And so it was a problem. House was cold. And you look at the sheets the way they are. This is the situation, man. No drainage system, no toilet, no lights on the road, no clean water. Waters are passing through the drainage system, and so the water is being contaminated with the sewages. And in this life, the health of the people in the slum is very, very bad. They have a poor health because of the diseases they got from this dirty water, the dust around, all the rubbish thrown everywhere. And so the structure is very, very bad. When you look inside the slum, actually you see that it's not properly well planned. And this is the biggest problem. We put this nylon inside to at least to cover the iron sheets, which are not okay. So this is my house, man.
Still remember home.
So I'm home. Yeah, sweet, sweet home. Sure. Yeah, this is the situation of Korokocho now. This is the real situation. When I reach here, I remember many years ago, when I was young, like this child here. You see this child? Yeah.
Il problema è che il governo voglia abbattere le baracche è anche giusto, cioè purché alla gente venga offerta un'alternativa decente. Cioè, abbiamo detto queste persone sono lì in un modo illegale, ma comunque sono persone che hanno diritto di vivere, sono lì semplicemente perché non c'è nessun'altra possibilità a loro disposizione. Sono lì perché il terreno in Kenya, e questo è un fattore fondamentale che non ho detto prima, no? I terreni in Kenya sono costosissimi. Il terreno in Kenya ha dei costi a livello di Roma, di Milano, sia nel centro che alla periferia. E il fatto che i prezzi dei terreni siano altissimi evidentemente fa sì anche che i prezzi degli affitti siano altissimi, quindi le case appena decenti sono al di fuori delle possibilità della stragrande maggioranza della gente. Succede poi che negli slum si stabiliscono delle persone, hanno costruito delle baracche in questo posto e l'affittano, quindi non sono proprietari del terreno, ma riscuotono un affitto da baracche che sono cose vergognose in cui delle persone umane non dovrebbero mai vivere.
So ende utungola ndio. Hey, this side. Welcome home. Yeah, as you can see, this is the place where I usually spend my time. When I am from work, I usually come to this place. And then this is where I stay with my little brother, my young brother. And this is where I spend my days. During rainy season, you see that the waters usually come, usually get in the house. And you can see that we usually sleep down. As you can see the other side, there's no bed. It's only the mattress. So you see, if the water comes, it usually is very, very, very hard. The bedsheet that you are seeing there is the one that we usually use it sometimes as electricity here. Maybe we usually use it for radio, and these small other things, because here, maybe in the slum, in the ghetto, it is very hard to find the power electricity that come from the main post to the house. Every month I pay 600 shillings for my rent. The salary of my work, I usually earn 100 shillings per day. So it will, if you calculate, you'll get that I usually earn 2,000 per month. So 2,000 minus 600, it will be automatically 1,400. And that 1,400, I have to give my mom some money so that he can pay for house rent. And then the 1,000 shillings is my totally budget per month. So you'll come and see that if you use 1,000 shillings and you're not alone, you are with some little boys, family, you'll come and see that amount is very little. You cannot do everything that you're expecting.
Slowly. Tuunganisha tujuniaje.
So acha tuseme tu strong. Au sio?
Poa.
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 Na unigotee
Sawa.
baadaye.
Poa.
My name is Francis Owino Chola, and Malua. I was born in Korokocho, and now I'm 22 years old. So life here in Korokocho is very, very hard. And when I was born there, my family was there, my dad, and my mom, and my sisters and brothers. And so when time goes, things were becoming very tough. I went to school in Korokocho there, Korokocho Primary School. So there I did my studies for the primary. It's just near in the slum there. And from the age of 13, my dad died, and my mama moved to rural home. That means that I was either to go to rural home or try to find a way to survive here in the slum. So in this way, my mom moved to the rural home, and I stayed here in Korokocho for 1 year with the friends, and after that I moved from Korokocho to Kabiria. Kabiria is in Riruta satellite, whereby we have Riruta as the general that consists Kabiria, satellite, and also Dagoretti Corner. When I moved to Kabiria, I involved myself in different activities. Like now, I'm also working with the small boys. This is the community that we have introduced, like Wananchi wa Dunia. This means the citizen of the world. And in this, we are trying to teach the boys to know more about the society that they are living in. Because through this is what we think that we can be able to change the community. as Nafsi Africa. The word Nafsi, this means the soul. And Africa is our continent where I'm coming from. And so in my group, we have 3 departments that deals with the various activity. We have one department that deals with acrobat. Another department is also the traditional dance, whereby we teach more about our culture, the African culture, through the music and the dances that we do. The last one is the percussion, and in this field is whereby I said we give the music, we compose our own music, and we give this music with the message. In this way, we are also coming up with the classes. Now we are also able to teach somebody how to play drums and dance in African way. So you also can come, we can also teach you, and you can know how to play and sing and dance in African way. Through this is how we help ourselves. This is the way that we survive with. You know, here is life is very hard. No jobs, and we are living beyond sometimes less than $1 per day. So it's upon you, sometimes we don't take breakfast or lunch or dinner. Music has been a big vehicle and a big object that carries away the message. Message is very important. This is whereby we try to speak about peace. Think about peace. Think about your brothers and sisters in the other world. Think about everyone. Pass message to one another. Give a smile to one another. And in this, we'll be able to create a better future for the new generation that will come.
Mangoma ndio hiyo sasa. Alama sasa. Tunafuata mzee mmoja mmoja na yes. Good. Wewe ndio umejoenda unaanza, kwa hivyo sisi tutakungojea. Wale wasimamizi wa watu. Yeah.
I'm a Luya by tribe. The Luya tribe itself is a collection of many sub-tribes, of which I fall under the Munyala tribe. I'm a Bunyala. I was born in 82, and my village is called Runyu village, that is in the western province of Kenya. My mother was a nurse, and my father was a fisherman, though initially he was a chief before becoming a fisherman. Unfortunately, in the year 1995, my mother passed away, and then afterwards, 1998, my father also passed away. After the passing away of my mother in 1995, me and my brothers, because we are 4 brothers, we had to go and live with a relative as a guardian. But unfortunately, due to circumstances that we could not avoid, because the relative was not all that good to us, we had to succumb to different situations. Like me, for instance, I ended up as a street boy due to the mistreatments in the hands of the relative. That was in 1996. So I stayed in the streets for around 6 months, and that I was in the streets of Nairobi. Then I went to the streets of Mombasa. So when we went back home, that is in Runyu village, we found my father was ailing. I think he had a problem of cancer with the leg. And then after visiting my father, I was taken to Kisumu, which is a city also next to Lake Victoria, but closer to my village than Mombasa and Nairobi. So in Kisumu town, there is where I went to an art school called Mwangaza, under the support of the grandsons of Abraham. But unfortunately, that's when my father passed away on 31st December. So I had to cope up with life without both parents. I came to Nairobi as a volunteer, started volunteering in an organization called Kivuli Center that deals with the rehabilitation of street children coming basically from Dagoretti area of part of Nairobi. Kivuli is a center that was initiated by Koinonia community under the guidance of Father Kizito, and is supported by Amani from Italy. It basically deals with the rehabilitation of street children and the less fortunate, also in community interventions. That is also, it involves helping those who are affected by or infected by HIV/AIDS. Basically, its main prime cause is to assist street children.
Kivuli è stata la prima attività grande con una sua sede che abbiamo avviato in Kenya ed è nata in risposta alle necessità dei bambini di strada, che in quegli anni cominciavano a essere presenti anche nel nostro quartiere, qui dove viviamo, era in Ruta Satellite, mentre prima erano limitati solo al centro città. I primi bambini che abbiamo ospitato a Kivuli nel 97, quando abbiamo aperto Kivuli, erano soprattutto sulla strada a causa della povertà. Oggi quelli che arrivano oggi sono quasi tutti orfani di AIDS. Abbiamo iniziato la casa per i bambini, 50-60 bambini ogni anno, che poi lentamente cerchiamo per quanto possibile di reintegrarli in una famiglia, con un parente, una nonna, con qualcuno. Quando il bambino cresce un po' e il bambino ritorna a imparare a essere disciplinato, andare a scuola, a essere un po' responsabile, e in quel caso lo possiamo reintegrare con la famiglia. Nel quartiere dove abbiamo aperto Kivuli non esisteva un centro di aggregazione per i giovani. Quindi i fratelli maggiori di questi bambini, i giovani anche che non hanno problemi particolari, hanno incominciato a confluire qui e a farci richieste diverse, da poter giocare a pallone, a fare il corso biblico, al corso di computer, a riprendere la scuola, fare gli anni di recuperare gli anni scolastici persi, e adagio abbiamo iniziato tutta questa serie di attività che oggi costituiscono il Kivuli Center, dove abbiamo dal dispensario che è nato per curare i bambini e finisce per poi curare tutto il quartiere. Poi dal dispensario è nato un progetto che segue gli ammalati terminali di AIDS con delle donne che sono volontarie. Abbiamo un centro per giovani sieropositivi che dà loro l'opportunità di ritrovarsi. Abbiamo gli acrobati, i danzatori, i percussionisti, i ragazzi che fanno i batik, quelli che fanno i mobili, quelli che fanno le sculture, tutta una serie di attività che fa sì che da Kivuli passino ogni giorno almeno 500, 600, 700 persone.
Insomma, Nataka kwenda pamoja na marafiki zangu.
So as a volunteer, I got more inspired by the children, by the challenges that were coming up. But with the time, I found more passion working as a street worker, because always we'll go doing some street work, visiting street boys in the streets, doing some activities with them.
La 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 maziwa la la
La la la la la. My area of interest to be in Kibera, which first I started with working with the street boys, dealing with street boys from Adams. That is the northern part of Kibera. This is Kibera. It is the second biggest slum in Africa. Here I work as a street worker, whereby most of the boys, most of the youth, most of the children end up going to the streets looking for a livelihood. Ona hao karibu na hiyo kamera ndio maana wanachukuliwa. Mwenye anjeka hapo karibu atachukuliwa. Kaa tu normal, kwa tu acha kupita ndio unapiga picha. Hiyo si picha, sio hakuna picha tunapigwa.
Mama na baba yangu atupe salamu.
Pia Bruce amesimama hivi.
Goda.
Tumeelewana? Jioni kwamba sasa ni usiku na kwa watu wote kumanga usiku si rahisi. Unaenda kula na watu wengi ambao wanajaribu kuingia katikati yetu. Kwa hivyo kila mtu ajaribu kukumbuka namba yake. Ile namba wewe iko hapo. Most of them are of tender age, some the youngest of which was around 7 years, though it was varying up to 18 years, up to 17 years, or even 18. Wewe utagombwa na gari wewe. Utagombwa bure. Sawa, peleke pole pole, sawa. Iza. Play with them football on Sundays, take them to malls, have meals together with them, make stories, sleep with them at night, which was an encounter that I really valued a lot. In the process of assisting them, it becomes, they feel like you are part of them, so they even trust you more and more. You get to understand them better, and they feel like that you are part of them. Haya, tunyamaze kidogo sasa. Jambi. Tunyamaze kwanza. Number 6 ni nani? Ndiko hapa. Wewe, acheni wewe hebu. Simamisha wewe akae kando kwanza. $38, $39. We have very many street girls. Unfortunately, they're pregnant because they are vulnerable in the streets. People take advantage of them being girls and having no place to go. So people take advantage of them and misuse them.
My life is very bad. I need hungry. I need the house to live. I don't have a house. I have one baby. Two, not two.
I'm finished. Now I'm okay. I'm not hungry again. Now I'm going to sleep in the... Bonnie will show you where some of us are sleeping. In the bush. We call it bush. In the twine.
He set me free, and I am free because He is Jesus. Every knee shall bow, every tongue confess that He is Lord. Every knee shall bow. Every tongue confess.
Haya. Habari asubuhi kila mtu. Mzuri. Kwa unataka kujua kwanza tungapi nalala bushi leo.
Sijui sababu ndio aje. Maana ngoja. Ambie hilo. Kila mtu akakaa. Kakando wewe. Wewe. Mbona sasa? Wewe. Gracias. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Unajuaje? Wewe unajua.
Come and help them out of this situation. Being with them throughout their problems, experiencing the community, having them here. Yes, we have
Anasema kitchen cookie. Anasema anaseti sigara. Anaseti mosh. Pita kama
Adina wani kwa pesa kwa bure ni nilipe hiyo kuzima grupa.
This is our big brother. Yes.
So kenye nasema ni lo wewe survive hapa aje. Kwa patatishi yako aje.
Oh my. Jaribu kuguza.
Ulikuja hapa mwaka gani?
My name is John Washira. I came here in 19
Kuja mwaka gani?
19. I played football. My leg is broken. I broke the leg here. Here, the leg was broken and I was playing football. Here, my name is John Washira. But today, I'm playing football. Even there we go, there I played football. Here I am. I want only one thing. I want to go to the hospital, only to picture of the X-ray, on the picture of the X-ray of the leg, here, on the picture of the X-ray, here. I want only that. I don't want anything else. God bless you.
I beni di strada erano pochissimi agli inizi degli anni 90. Il numero è cresciuto esponenzialmente per due ragioni principali. Prima di tutto perché in quegli anni è cresciuta moltissimo la povertà in Kenya. Le famiglie non hanno i soldi per poter mandare i bambini a scuola, per poter dare da mangiare ai bambini. E quindi i bambini, soprattutto i maschi, loro stessi si staccano adagio adagio dalla famiglia perché si sentono un peso e cercano di sopravvivere sulla strada.
Some people somewhere maybe have some secret interests in Africa, or some leaders are selfish in a way and they want to benefit themselves. Basically, Africa is well known to be having maybe some wealth in it. It has some people will say milk and honey because it has a lot of minerals. It has got the oil. It has maybe I'll talk of also the population is an advantage because when you have very many people, then they are able to do very many things. But then some people use the aspect of divide and rule so that they also benefit in the whole issue of the goodness that is in Africa.
La critica ai governi locali può essere fatta, è più che legittima, ma è un problema fondamentale che questi governi locali sono sempre stati sostenuti da potenze straniere, da legami con l'esterno. Sono stati condizionati dal commercio internazionale che è profondamente ingiusto.
This problem has been caused basically due to weak leaders in Africa who are able to be manipulated maybe by some external powers.
life in rural is not that hard. But circumstance has come that the population also there has grown and the farms are becoming also squeezed. Many people there have no work because sometimes according to the climate, what we expect from harvest is what not we get. So through this, we try to find another way of solution. This made most of the people who are in rural to migrate from rural to urban towns, whereby they can try to get a job and take the welfare of the family at home. Urban life brings a problem. It's not the same like there in rural. And so they try to fix themselves in different ways. Through this, things has changed. As customs was before, our way of dress have changed. Nowadays we are dressing in different ways. And also way of communication has changed. And things have changed. It's like we are forgetting about our custom, our cultures, and our taboos.
We still have traditions, but then these traditions are not manifested in the towns. For someone to meet the traditions, you have to go to the villages. But still also in the villages, it is slowly, gradually fading out. This is Runyu village. This is my origin. For instance, I will be able to say, this is my homestead. It's like a part of the greater Runyu village because though it's a one full village, there is like some small families within the village. This homestead also is very near the Lake Victoria, the Great Lake Victoria, which is a fresh water big lake in Africa. This was my primary school when I was young. When I was in primary school, in nursery, I used to come to learn under this tree. Kuna majina tatu hapa to school. After the teacher has taught you, then you carry it back home.
This is my village, and my village is in Ndira. This is Ndira village. From Ndira, we have a big village that is covering this side. We call it Sakwa. So in the map of Kisumu, we have different parts around the Kisumu whereby Luo people are living. And this side is the Sakwa side, whereby our town is Bondo. So we call it Sakwa Bondo. And around here, we are living as a community because people who stay here, they don't come to buy land here. These are the land that we inherit from the forefathers. It's a generation inheritance, whereby if a son has been born here, he has to get a land from this land. So if you see around this place, this is whereby we stay as brothers and sisters. We stay as one community.
Ma perché si lavora in questa situazione? Perché ci possono essere tante motivazioni di tipo spirituale, anche teologico. Per me la motivazione fondamentale oggi, per me personalmente, è più a livello umano. Cioè io vedo in questa gente tantissimi valori, una grande forza interiore e credo che questi valori tradizionali forti che portano dentro daranno un contributo a costruire una società che sia più giusta, un mondo più bello, più giusto, ma anche un mondo più africano. Non so, questa mi sembra una ragione sufficiente per lavorare qui e lavorare con grande speranza, perché si lavora con gente che al di là di tutte le difficoltà sostanzialmente vuole essere viva, vuole dare il proprio contributo, vuole essere africana anche nel XXI secolo.